今アトモスの、デザインをやってる小島です。小島がほとんどのデザインをやってて、今世界的にもう僕たちがアトモスって言った時に、じゃあ、何を思うかって言ったら、いろいろな多分アトモスの別注っていうのを思うと思うんですけど、そのデザインをやってる小島くんです。
Look, all them people fresh for no reason.
まあもう人生の半分も原宿に来て、もうファッションとかこうスニーカーにのめり込んで、もうあっという間にこの年になっちゃったんですけど。
That's my favorite part.
のことなんですけど、もう移動距離とアイデアが比例するっていうふうに思ってますんで、仕事柄、海外の出張行っていろんな国に行ったり、その街で、いろんなスニーカー見たり、人々のファッション見たりして、東京らしさってなんだろうって考えることもありますけど、基本的にはやっぱり、インプットアウトプットの繰り返しだと思ってるんで、常に、新しいものを、興味津々でやって、今それを最新のトレンドとしてアウトプットとして落とし込んでるっていうのは、であとはちょっと表現が難しいんですけども、ほぼ直感的なところでシックスセンス的なことですかね。もうなんで逆にもうコンピューターでコピーされない、多分僕の頭の中でしか考えられないことってのがいっぱいあるんで、その辺は機械でできない仕事だと思ってますし、プライドを持って仕事をさせてもらってます。で、僕のスニーカーを世界中の人々が、履いてもらって、すごい嬉しい限りですし、今後、よりハードルを上げてもっといいデザインをしていきたいなっていうのは常に心がけてます。ホワイトでリリースされてるんで、もうこれもノットフォーセールでもう幻、マニアの間で幻のサンプルになってます。で、実際ホワイトバージョンとこれが今年出たブラックで、これがそのノットフォーセールのファミリアの
Get off my favorite pillow.
多分3つ持ってるのはもう多分僕しかいないんで、出た時はもうナイキの人に、こんなん売れないだろうっていうので、当時もスポーティーなルックスのエアマックス1ばっかりだったんで、本当に白ベースにホワイトのメッシュのベースのものとかほとんどで、こういう、レザーとかハラコとかスウェードとかもう異素材のものを使ったエアマックスはもうエアマックスじゃないっていう評価だったので、当時としてはその異彩を放つというか奇抜な商品だったので、でも僕らとしてはやっぱりスニーカー屋が作るスニーカーなんで、普通のものを作って面白くないっていうことで、動物園をパッケージしイメージして、3部作で。
There's still stuff that you can find here that you can't find anywhere else. I actually love this. Okay, like Jerry Cosby, Athletic Outfitters. This is the spot in New York where sports teams got their uniforms. It was in Madison Square Garden, and the fact that they're selling that here is just, I don't know, it's just so cool what gets appreciated in Japan that might not get appreciated somewhere else. Like this NYC logo, like doing a New York City version of a shoe for Japan only. And for my friend, Mr. DJ Clark Kent, they got you here. The whites. And this, when I think of Japan and when I think of sneakers, it's like all these USA made New Balance. Like just this, and specifically like this bluish gray, with gray, the very classic, like even down to the laces. Like these look like 80s shoelaces. This is an original style Cortez, and I guess this is a women's size or a kid size, but like, this is like the Forrest Gump shoe. This is the shoe that started everything for Nike. They were making shoes back then in Japan. They were making them in the U.S. I feel like here there's just such an appreciation for just that construction, just the way it's made. This is a made in Japan shoe. There's just something about this that is just that much iller than anything you're going to find in the U.S. It's taking something that was, I don't want to call it a throwaway product in the U.S. because it wasn't, but I feel like at some point things like the Chuck Taylor got devalued. It became just it's a cheap shoe, you can get it. And here it's like there was such appreciation for things like that it was never allowed to die. It was never allowed to become less than something it was. And that's the last pair you have?
Yeah.
I'll take them. Thank you. I could try other stuff on, but those are perfect. And I'll try stuff on upstairs or in other stores. I'm not quite done yet, but that one's awesome.
Alright, stop standing there.
で一番でもまあちょうど時間を割いたのがルーンマガジンっていう雑誌で、そこでバスケットボールシューズなので、まあそこがきっかけでじゃあジョーダンやってみようと。僕が本当に取材できるかどうか分かんなかったんだけども、もし取材できたらジョーダンの記事やってくれますかって言って、当時 LA のクリッパーズのまだ LA スポーツなんかそこで試合した時に試合をまあ無理やりパスを取ってもらって取材に行った時にロッカールームにジョーダンが一人いて、ジョーダンが僕をまあ当時まだ21かぐらいだったのでボールボーイと間違えてコーラを取ってくれとでって言ってコーラを取って届けていったらジョーダンがプレスパスを見てメディアの人から申し訳ないみたいな、どっから来たの東京から来たって言ったら飛行機で何時間って言ったら8時間か9時間俺はもう3時間以上飛行機乗りたくないからなんか日本には一生行かないだろうなっていうそういうジョークを話してて、でその時に質問したことを雑誌に載っけたらやっぱり反響がすごくて、でそこからこう始まったのでたまたま偶然のきっかけというかまあそういうのでなんかそういうのでスタートしたので、だからまあ僕のそういう取材もそこから始まったし、なんかブームの一つのスニーカーのジョーダンのカルチャーというのもそこから始まったんじゃないかなと思います。ジョーダンが完全に引退して、アメリカでジョーダンがなんか人気がなくなってきて、その時まあナイキの人たちもすごい親しくしてて、ジョーダン復活なんか日本から仕掛けられないかなっていうんで、じゃあすごいそれがきっかけになって、またそこからジョーダンがこう復活する。それが、2001年に
Them the ones I wanted.
関わらせてもら
I wanted to wear them to prom.
です。これがジュラルミンのボックスに入ってて、まあミレニアムなんでシルバーで統一しようということで、まあこういう感じで。
And they came in a silver carrying case. Oh my god.
ここにこういうちょっとジュエルのジョーダンロゴを入れたりとか、まあちょいちょい変わった感じに作りました。であと一番大きいのはジョーダンのオリジナルよりもハイカットだったんだけども、それをちょっとミッドカットにして短くしてもうちょっと普段履きやすいようにしようっていうのを変えたりとか、そういうのを結構考えてやりました。まだ東京にはスニーカーに対して熱い思いを持っている人がたくさんいると思います。まずは、当時だから20年前に大好きだった人がまだ履いてる、履き続けてるっていうのはすごいな。
まあ、いつしか、まあ、そのソーシャルメディアとか発達したにつれてもう世界中でもうスニーカーとか、まあ、特にナイキ
So
とか
go to Tokyo.
まあ、世界共通言語になるっていうのは、まあ、正直思
Go
ってなかった
sneaker
ですけど、
Need to go everything shopping over there.
まあ、より、まあ、ここの楽しみ方と表現の仕方が、まあ、自由なんで、もっとスニーカーの需要っていうのが
I think we're at an interesting point in sneaker culture. It's like 13-year-olds dropping $1,500 for sneakers that I just don't believe you if you're telling me you know why you're wearing this. What originally wasn't really based on capitalism, what originally was about style and personal choice and history, I don't know if, I think we might have lost some of that, unfortunately.
See what I'm saying? Like the underlying message of everything.
Before, if you saw someone wearing a certain shoe, you knew that they knew something or that they had been somewhere. And now you don't have that certainty anymore. Now it's just a matter of who has the most money.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, you know, yeah, you have the kids who are going to get everything and are just going to add it to their stacks and not worry about it, or post it on Instagram and, you know, brag about it. But it's not the same. Even though the internet has made that all possible and made it possible for everyone to get it, everyone can't be here. And there's something different about buying it here than there is about just buying it on the internet. When we go back to story, it's just as important for the person who buys it to have a story than it is for the brand to tell a story or for the store to tell a story. And if you come here and you buy something, you have that story. And that's important too.
And that's important too. Oh, we do say it right there.
I rarely come back here, but oddly enough, it's exactly how it was set up at the time. So this was your typical multi-sports public court in Paris. So this was ran as a soccer field this way and two basketball courts this way. We used to come here, pick up games, who got next. This was like our big part. But if the drug dealers had a soccer game, so going this way, there's no access to the court at the time. And, you know, it was what it was. If you go to the soccer field, it's mostly about playing soccer, making friends that are about soccer, around soccer. You go to a basketball court, it's also about what you're rocking.
Sneakers were only in shops like Opium, and it was really a specific market. It was only sneaker addicts.
On ramenait des paires avec nous du Japon, des États-Unis, on les vendait en France. Jusqu'en 2003, quand Mark Parker est venu au magasin.
I love basketball, but I love the sneakers maybe more. Very early on, I was like, you think we could get sneakers for the tournament?
Most people have a story of Stan Smith. They can remember the first time they saw it or wore it. There's a real personal connection with that sneaker.
The landscape of shoes in Paris is probably, I would say, at an all-time high.
Jordan 5 K54. Cette paire est vraiment spéciale pour moi parce que c'est la première qui m'a vraiment touché.
This is a definitely different vibe than the 18th district, you know. It's a little bit fancier stores, but you can still see the energy buzzing, right? Everybody is outside, look at the clothes, look at the vibe. Architecture is amazing. I think that's what makes Paris, Paris, you know what I mean? People are probably looking at me right now like, yo, who is this guy? Like, what is he doing, you know? But it's cool. Like, you see the sneakers right there, the fashion, and boom, this is typical Paris right there. You just casually walk by, boom, a fountain with beautiful history. That's what I like. And it's all about history, right? You have to learn from your mistakes, or you have to learn from what worked in the past. And I think that's why I love Paris.
La ville de Paris, c'est vraiment une ville très intéressée en fait à tout ce qui est mode, tout le monde le sait très bien. Ce qui se passe, c'est que dans les années 80, entre 88 et 90, les gens ont vraiment commencé à s'intéresser à tout ce qui est sneakers. Parce que, bon, par exemple, on sait qu'à New York City, les gens partent travailler le matin avec des baguettes, des baskets, arrivent au travail, changent de chaussures et repartent le soir avec leur paire de sneakers dans les pieds. Donc petit à petit, c'est quelque chose qui s'est développé en France.
I've always seen Paris as one of the cities that's kind of shaping fashion. I've been coming here since '99, and I've always seen the fashion looks to the city for its inspiration. This kind of tension between what goes on in the street and what goes on in the fashion weeks, I've always found that really exciting. Back then there was the fashion world and there was, you know, I guess sneaker culture, but they were completely separate. Where you would go in the city was different. Sneakers, I guess, were more around like the traditional sneaker stores.
Bienvenue chez Opium. Opium est né d'une association d'amis où on était collectionneurs de sneakers à l'époque. Et on a décidé d'ouvrir la boutique parce qu'on ne trouvait pas de sneakers, enfin on ne trouvait pas les sneakers qu'on voulait nous à l'époque. On ramenait des paires avec nous du Japon, des États-Unis et on les vendait en France.
Le Japon.
Jusqu'en 2003, quand Mark Parker est venu dans le magasin. Et Mark Parker voyait les paires qu'il avait dessinées quand il a débuté chez Nike. Et il a adoré l'énergie, la vibe qu'il y avait dans le magasin. Donc on a beaucoup échangé. Et en partant du magasin, il a parlé à son équipe, sa French team. Il leur a dit ouais, c'est très bien, c'est cool de travailler avec des jeunes comme ça. Il y a beaucoup d'énergie dans le magasin et c'est cool quoi. Et l'équipe leur a dit en fait non, on ne travaille pas avec eux. Il leur a dit you have to work with these guys.
Japon.
Obligé de travailler avec eux. Donc en 2003, on a ouvert le compte grâce à Mark Parker. Et de là est née l'histoire d'Opium avec Nike. Et après, en 2017, il y a Tinker Hatfield qui est venu au magasin. Et il nous a fait ce petit dessin parce qu'il aime beaucoup la vibe quand il vient chez Opium. Tinker Hatfield, c'est un très grand designer chez Nike qui a dessiné beaucoup de modèles, notamment le plus emblématique, c'est l'Air Max One. Et tout le monde connaît Tinker Hatfield par rapport à l'inspiration qu'il a eue par rapport à Beaubourg quand il est venu à Paris. Il a regardé Beaubourg, il s'est inspiré, il s'est dit tout ce qui était caché et apparent sur Beaubourg, pourquoi on ne le mettrait pas nous-mêmes, on ne ferait pas apparaître la bulle d'air, et c'est pour ça que l'histoire de Air Max a commencé grâce à Beaubourg.
Japon.
We've been always very close with my mom. She always took me shopping and taking me to museums and galleries, and I think she always knew.
Yeah, she
it was
extra
going to
fly.
be, how to say it, Colette, it was a small family business, and yes, that's his name, but originally we were hoping to stay really in the back and nobody to knew about us because it was about the designers. We could bring things we have seen in New York, in London, in Tokyo, we couldn't find in Paris. And it was a mix of products from streetwear to fashion to always looking for the next thing. This neighborhood also it was in the middle of nowhere when we opened. It was not yet, it was a high luxury brands were up to Faubourg Saint-Honoré, and the sneakers sport world were back in Méal, so we were already, from a geographic point of view, in the middle of these two worlds. It was mostly in the relationship with brands, because first, when we contacted them, they were, oh, what kind of shop is it? Which category we put you on? We had to speak to the people who would sell sneakers to shops. When they would say, I want a shoe exclusive for Colette, they really didn't understand our selection, and with time they started to open a department specialized with us and some shoes dedicated to market with us, and it really took 10 years, I would say. So it took time for me before to say, okay, Colette is an identity strong enough to not have a third party in the collaboration. When Adidas relaunched the Stan Smith, they did a few limited edition, and it's true, it's amazing to have my face instead of Mr. Stan Smith. It's a great souvenir. When I decided to do a collaboration with a brand, I would keep the science, the value, the history of the brand. I would always be careful to respect the original, the classic shoe, and bring some little cute little twist specific for us.
This was a big surprise because people linked me a lot with shoes that Colette released with many brands, and I was lucky enough to be chosen by Sarah to do shoes with her. So we did shoes for New Balance, we did shoes for Asics, we did shoes for many brands, but we never had the chance to work with Jordan. and she surprised everyone. I was not at all in the loop. And one day she said, I have a surprise for you. The store gonna close soon, unfortunately, but we have this for people who's part of the history of Colette and friends and family. And they work on a special, of course, signature blue and white colorway, Jordan 1, because that's the favorite shoe. The shoe said bonjour on that side in 1997 when the store opened, and the second pair said au revoir, goodbye in French, and say 2017, and you have the Colette logo on the back. I don't exactly know how many pairs they made, but knowing Sarah, it's not a lot, and I feel like for Paris it's an important pair to keep.
Yeah, that's
so this
fire.
one I will keep forever.
For sure, there is a real women community who wants to be part of it, who doesn't feel part of it. And me, I feel part of it, so try to give them the support to be part of it without question. I think there is also from the brands a real interest to open to the women market. It's still not yet obvious to think you will find the same product for women and for men. It's still not, well, everybody is working on it, and I'm optimist, but it's still a work in progress.
Paris est complètement différente des autres villes, déjà par son architecture, par sa mode. Les gens sont complètement différents, l'esprit parisien est complètement différent. Paris est joli et je pense que les gens aiment venir ici parce que c'est une bulle d'air, c'est comme une arnaque en fait. Ce qui est bien dans Paris, c'est que dès que vous vous baladez, vous allez rencontrer des styles totalement différents. Et ce qui est bien, c'est que faut s'amuser à regarder les paires au pied pour comprendre quel type de paire marche en ce moment. Il y aura beaucoup d'Air Force One, puisque c'est la paire que les gens aiment porter de plus en plus. Et puis, Paris, ça bouge tout le temps, c'est différent. Et en fait, ça rejoint beaucoup l'univers de la sneakers, puisque c'est un perpétuel mouvement. Et c'est ce que j'aime dans Paris, puisque c'est jamais pareil. À aimer les baskets en 94. J'avais absolument craqué sur une paire de fil à Grant Hill et je voulais cette paire. J'ai tout fait pour l'avoir avec mes parents et puis depuis ça a été une succession. J'ai porté beaucoup de baskets et je ne porte que ça. J'ai ouvert un blog qui s'appelle Ugly Belly il y a plus de 10 ans maintenant et je voulais absolument parler de ma passion pour les baskets. Ça a permis d'être un peu connue dans ce milieu-là, de faire pas mal d'expos, de sortir un livre qui s'appelle Sneakers. Oui, il y a une énorme évolution et par mon blog, j'ai essayé de montrer qu'on pouvait être hyper féminine tout en portant des baskets. Ça permet d'avoir un propre style et c'est...
I hate all the people that got shoes that I don't have.
Je pense que les gens avaient besoin d'exprimer leur personnalité et je pense que la basket aujourd'hui c'est un élément de la personnalité de quelqu'un qui la porte.
Ah!
C'est la paire de Jordan 1 que j'ai acheté. C'est la paire qui a fait une collaboration avec Lima, notamment Jordan. Donc pour moi c'est un vrai symbole. C'était hyper important je pense pour le monde de la basket qu'une fille fasse une collaboration. Pour moi je pense qu'elle a ouvert des portes. Et pour moi le côté féminin qui n'est pas trop extravagant parce qu'il y a vraiment des légers détails qui montrent que c'est fait par une fille. C'est le meilleur combo pour une paire de basket pour moi.
Some things is ugly. I don't care who decides.
C'était mon premier voyage. Et je rentre à la maison et puis mon oncle est dans le salon. Donc j'étais dans la chambre, il me dit oui, allez, viens. Je rentre dans le salon. Et en fait, il me met devant l'écran. Il m'a dit simplement écoute, c'est lui le sportif, c'est lui le meilleur sportif. C'était pendant les finales. Je regardais les finales de 91 et c'est la première fois que j'ai vu ce monsieur qu'on appelle Michael Jordan. Ce jour-là, c'est ce jour-là que j'ai commencé à jouer au basket.
I for sure knew what Jordans were before I knew who Michael Jordan was as a basketball player.
You tripping?
They from
the
Paris.
opportunity for
Where?
teenagers
Oh,
to
okay.
be exposed to NBA type basketball came with the dream team. The Olympic Games were played in Barcelona, so the time slot at which the games were being played is now you come home from school, have dinner with your family. There's a game on national television that's free. You don't have to have cable to have it. A lot of people had never heard of the Jordan Farm Barkley Magic Johnson. You saw this difference of how they played the game of basketball. There's no other way for you but to think that these guys are like superheroes. You're like, my God, what are these guys doing with a basketball? I didn't even picture that this was possible. Public parks existed, deserted for the most part. That changed radically. And that's really the essence of what that education is for. There's this sort of magic that happened in this first edition of this tournament. Before we knew it, there's 1,000 people watching the first games. And then from there, you're like, you gotta do something. Fast forward 15 years later, it's now the biggest street basketball tournament in the world. When we started to get Nike as a sponsor and Jordan as a sponsor, very early on, I guess, you think we could get sneakers in this tournament that are like specific to the tournament?
Le vrai moment en réalité de se rendre compte que c'est quelque chose de gros, c'est quand ce moment, je l'ai appelé, je lui ai dit, regarde, je te rappelle de monsieur qui m'a fait voir en 80 ans, qui m'a dit, ils s'en souviennent à ce moment-là. Je le regarde aujourd'hui, je travaille avec lui. Et je lui dis, j'ai eu peur. Il a un niveau de peur de quelque chose qui s'appelle P50, le nom de l'événement, avec Michael Jordan. Là, à ce moment-là, tu te rends compte qu'il y a vraiment quelque chose qui s'est passé par rapport à ces réactions. Jordan 5, P54, pour nous c'est un classique parce que bon, même en termes de cuir, la matière qu'on a ici c'était vraiment spécial à l'époque et puis bon, ça faisait longtemps qu'on ne voyait pas Michael Jordan pas faire des collaborations comme ça pour nous. Ben, c'était un gros nom, cette Jordan pour nous, en fait, elle était extrêmement belle. Cette paire est vraiment spéciale pour moi parce que c'était vraiment c'est la première qui m'a vraiment touché. C'est-à-dire qu'on a fait une Jordan 5 qui a étonné même le monde entier à l'époque. La Jordan n'était pas revenue à la mode comme elle l'est aujourd'hui. Et à l'époque, quand on a sorti cette Jordan 5, pour nous, c'était un moment très spécial, vraiment. Très très fort. Franchement, cette paire, je suis très content de l'avoir parce que vraiment, elle représente Paris. Et voilà, c'est une paire à l'intérieur. C'est une paire très limitée. Et puis bon, en tout cas, voilà, ça reste dans mon collection. Ça va rester une de mes favorites maintenant parce que comme je disais, voilà, à l'époque, il y avait la Jordan 5 et 54, maintenant il y a celle-ci. Franchement, on ne peut pas avoir mieux.
I think the DNA of Paris is multicultural. Is people from different ethnicities just really just enjoying a nice casual walk in Paris or a better lifestyle. There is an energy about art, culture. Look, that is not staying. Look at the back of the sweater. You see that? That's Paris. That's Paris. Everywhere. You know?
To have made the transition from the Caribbean lifestyle to the Caribbean lifestyle to the American lifestyle was a mental shock. To be able to get from those sneakers to all of the sneakers was like, this is kind of cool, right? But then wait a minute, there is another layer of it. I get drafted, I go through my heart surgery, I think life is gonna suck, I come back, there's still happening that someone named Kobe Bryant,
Oh, I have those.
he's not trying to autograph for me, I promised myself, I was gonna tell him that one day,
Oh, he got it.
oh, he likes me. And I wear the same kind of shoes. So pretty much every 2 years, I get one from Boston. That was crazy. As a French prestige and Caribbean kid, I would have never been able to do that. Coming from a place of like, oh my God, this is almost reality. I got lucky. I worked my ass off for some things, right? And now that I stepped away from the game a little bit and I have time to reflect on my career and all that stuff, it's pretty cool to be able to see the baton being passed from back then to the next year, to the next year. I think it's a neat opportunity.
So here we're looking at the Chanel Puma race, and this shoe is really special to me because I love the Chanel version, but the shoe in general, because this is the first shoe I did with Pharrell. We actually came to Germany, and it was on a public holiday, and we had to stay in a hotel in the centre of Nuremberg. And I bought a box and opened the lid, and we saw the first prototypes of the shoe. And we went crazy for it, and that was just a real great, as a designer, it's a great moment. Adidas had been making archive shoes or sports shoes, and suddenly we had this kind of whole feeling around the collective memory, the memories of the past and the connection with the future. And this was one of the key shoes in that journey. I think we're in a really interesting time because, if I think all the way back, that's when these worlds first came together. It was massive news when we did the first World Freestyle. Sneakers on the catwalk was incredible. It's almost like a change in, I guess, of the new fashion. I think we're almost at that tipping point. Where's it going to go next?
We don't have the time. Chanel did people open blog. Now there is not one fashion brand not doing sneakers. So that's very new. They will not take a really high bill. It means a lot when these fashion brands are also sneakers.
La fashion qui a fait qu'aujourd'hui, c'est de plus en plus démocratisé le port de la casquette. C'est là où en fait tout prend son sens. C'est là où la casquette a son excellence. Je pense que c'est ce qui fait à Paris que la casquette a une vraie culture.
When they were talking about re-releasing these, I was like, holy shit, I gotta get them somehow, right? I mean, Back to the Future is like iconic, right? And I thought it was so cool back in the day because I was a little kid and I was doing it and actually sleep and it's like a good more. They're like, wow, a movie actually has sleeping. That's cool. For these to be designed back then, and now, like the current shoes that are coming out, like how this is bubbles in the back and the sole, like shoes look like this. In reality, maybe not. I mean, some people are making shoes high, like fashion brands, but if these were cut down to here, they would look like regular Nikes that are like coming out now. Right? Isn't that great? So weird. So yeah, these are ahead of their time.
And Nike, they really changed the sneaker game. People had to get these shoes.
And now you got this old basketball shoe transformed into a skate shoe. It became bananas after that.
That's what kickstarted the sneakerhead movement in Los Angeles with the Diamond Dog.
There wasn't really like luxury looking Nikes back then. I'm like, I should make this look like this art piece, right? Like it's like, could be like chilling in a jewelry store.
Getting with Nike and then being able to give me a signature shoe meant everything to me.
For whatever reason, it made a lot of sense in that decade. Just couldn't have designed a better shoe.
So this is Melrose. 20 years ago, there wasn't a day during the week where you couldn't walk down the street and it'd be crowded, beyond crowded. You couldn't even see to the next corner. It was like a mall during Christmas, and that's why I was like, oh, I need to come out here, you know. But now, as time went on, you know, that whole vibe changed because of the internet, because everything is so expanded. Because back then there was no Grove, there was no Fairfax, there was just Melrose, and then I've seen so many changes
But this was a place that, you know, where there was nothing like it in the world as far as stores or anything. If there wasn't the skateboarding, there wouldn't be no Off-White, Virgil, there wouldn't be no, it wouldn't be so free. It would just be, high fashion took everything from skateboarding. It's like so weird seeing what it turned out to be, you know what I mean?
The skate culture, it was really tight. Everyone was friends, like everyone who was sponsored and pro skaters, basically, we all knew each other from New York, LA, to San Francisco. We were just a bunch of fun kids on our skateboards, you know.
Modern skate skating evolved from here in Los Angeles. There was somewhat of a scene in Los Angeles, but it wasn't what it is now. It wasn't huge. Whatever we thought looked cool and looked good with our kit was our sneaker culture. A lot of it was like basketball sneakers, and that was always a thing.
I used to skate in Jordan 1, because you could buy Air Jordans for $25. So we would buy those, because I guess when they came out, they must have not done that good. That was like the original Nike skate shoe with the Jordan 1. And there was like all these
The one
skate
that's
shoes.
the original shoe for damn near everything.
For a while. And then when SB
No, stop that.
Nigga, that's your head.
Yeah, but
They really changed the sneaker game. Every dunk that came out,
you wasn't
people lining up for skate
getting it combed into your nose.
shops. People had to get these shoes.
Alright.
The sneaker culture started realistically with Nike SB. Supreme did their Nike SB, and that was like the key to Pandora's box. Now SB had like a viable business. We were one of the first Nike SB accounts in Los Angeles. That shoe was like pure gold. It was the golden goose.
Now you got this old basketball shoe transformed into a skate shoe, and these colors that were, I think at the time, was just very rebellious even for a Nike silhouette. So I think the idea of collectors came around the SB era.
We design our main line about a year and a half out, but our collaborations and special projects can be anywhere between 2 and 10 years out. So we work on decade-long projects all the time, and you're getting your first look at what our collections will look like in future seasons. These are my very first pair of retro